Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. EU leaders meet to find a compromise on recovery fund. http ntvforex.com News ID 4C43D5 7/17/2020 10:45-47 am. Notes Observations. EU leaders begin two-day summit noting that tough negotiations lie ahead for recovery fund but hopeful for a solution. Asia. China's FX regulator safe DEP administrator expected cross-border capital flows to remain stable in H2. China government said to be planning to launch major construction projects in 2020, including railways and airports with total investment reaching CNY 1.29 t. Coronavirus. Total global cases 13,767,548 1.9% DD. Total deaths 589.2 k 1.0% DD. Europe. ECB sources noted that some General Council members did not agree on whether to utilize full bond plan. UK government reportedly to give NHS 3B to get ready for winter coronavirus fight. Americas. White House said to warn that stimulus package must include President Trump's tax cut proposal. Speaker's fixed income FX commodities erratum. Equities. Indices STOXX 6000.20% at 371.38, FTSE 0.31% at 6231.48, DAX 0.00% at 12,875.15, CAC 40 0.57% at 5,056.52, IBEX 35 0.87% at 7,411.00, FTSE MIB 0.07% at 20,342.50, SME 0.37% at 10,395.24, S&P 500 futures 0.18%. Market focal points. Key themes. European indices open mixed but moved red as the session progressed. Better performing sectors include consumer discretionary and technology. Underperforming sectors include financials and energy. Werner agrees merger with Aker Solutions. Reportedly partners group close to acquisition of Roven saw focus on Eurogroup meeting. Earnings expected in the upcoming U.S. session include Autoliv and Regions Financial. Equities. Consumer discretionary. IAG.UK 4% British Airways to retire its Boeing 747-400 fleet with immediate effect. Industrials. Daimler DAI.DE 3.5% prelim earnings, Volvo Volvo.se 2% earnings, Saab B.se 3% earnings, Electrolux Luxb.se 5% earnings. Technology. Adva Optical ADV.de 11% prelim earnings. Telecom. Ericsson B.se 7% earnings. Speakers. ECB's Ren Finland reiterated Council stance that ECB ready to use all means to achieve price stability. ECB's de Guindos Spain reiterated that ECB strategic review to begin in September and last about a year. ECB survey of professional forecasters. SPF cut the inflation outlook for the horizon period. Growth forecast was mixed, cut for 2020 but raised for 2021-22 period. Italy government said to have never ruled out the use of the ESM credit facility. Various EU officials comment ahead of Brussels' summit on recovery fund. EU Commission President von der Leyen today was of the utmost importance. Stakes could not be higher but reiterated stance that a solution was possible. EU's Michel confident that would find an agreement but talks will be difficult. German Chancellor Merkel differences were very large. Situation was completely different compared to February. Hoped a compromise could be found but negotiations would be tough. France President Macron pivotal moment for Europe. Germany and France had found a common stance. Netherlands PM Rutte stated that he saw less than 50% probability of a deal on recovery fund this weekend. To maintain position that recovery fund must be tied to reforms. Japan Econ Min Nishimura economic indicators were improvising compared to April-May period but still experiencing weakness in exports and production. China Foreign Ministry spokesperson Hua Chunying stated that stable relations with US would serve in the interest of all, China did not seek confrontation. Currencies fixed income. EUR/USD crawled higher in a quiet session with key focus on EU leaders holding a summit to find a compromise on the recovery fund and 7-year budget. Euro currency was higher as dealers suspect a high likelihood that a deal would be brokered eventually. Market is keenly aware of potential downside risks that talks could fall apart. Pair at 1.1410 by mid-session. The key resistance remains at the 2020 high at 1.15 approach. Economic data. CZ check June PPI Industrial 0.1% v 0.1% EYY 0.3% v 0.0% E. At Austria June CPI 0.6% v 0.6% prior YY 1.1% v 0.7% prior. NG Nigeria June CPI YY 12.6% v 12.6% E. CN Weekly Shanghai Copper Inventories SHFE 158.7 kV 137.3 k tons prior. IT Italy May Industrial Sales 41.9% v 29.8% prior YY 25.9% v 47.2% prior. IT Italy May Industrial Orders 42.2% v 31.6% prior YY v 49.0% prior. RU Russian Narrow Money Supply WE July 10 RUB 12.98 T v 12.86 T prior. PL Poland June Employment 0.2% v 0.5% EYY 3.3% v 3.9% E. PL Poland June Average Gross Wages 3.2% v 1.3% EYY 3.6% v 1.3% E. EU Eurozone June Final CPI YY 0.3% v 0.3% ECPI Core YY 0.8% v 0.8% ECPI 0.3% v 0.3% E. EU Eurozone May Construction Output 27.9% v 18.3% prior YY 11.9% v 31.0% prior. Cyprus June CPI Harmonized 0.4% v 0.1% prior YY 2.2% v 1.4% prior. Fixed income issuance. In India sold total INR 340B versus INR 300B in 2022, 2030, 2033 and 2060 bonds. Looking ahead. 0530 ZA South Africa to sell combined ZAR 2.0B in IL 2029, 2038 and 2046 bonds. 0600 UK DMO to sell 4.5B in 1 month, 3 month and 6 month bills 0.5B, 2.0B and 2.0B respectively. 0645 US daily LIBOR fixing. 0700 BR Brazil July IGPM inflation second preview 1.2% EV 1.5% prior. 0730 in India weekly forex reserve WE July 10 no ESTV $513.3 billion prior. 0800 UK daily Baltic dry bulk index. 0800 in India announces upcoming bill issuance held on WED. 0830 US June housing starts 1.180 MV 974K prior building permits 1.290 MV 1.216 M prior revised from 1.220 M. 0830 CA Canada May wholesale trade sales 7.9% EV 21.6% prior. 0900 IT Bank of Italy quarterly economic bulletin. 10:00 US July preliminary University of Michigan confidence 79.0 EV 78.1 prior. 11:00 CO Colombia May trade balance $1.0 BV $1.1 billion prior total imports $2.9 BV $3.1 billion prior. 11:00 EU potential sovereign ratings after European close Portugal sovereign debt to be rated by Moody's Russia sovereign debt to be rated by S&P Slovenia sovereign debt to be rated by Fitch. 12:00 RU Russia June unemployment rate 6.3% EV 6.1% prior real wages YY 3.9% EV 2.0% prior. 12:00 RU Russia June real retail sales YY 11.0% EV 19.2% prior. 13:00 US weekly Baker Hughes rig count. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching.